First of all, thank you for being here and watching this video. And by saying that, I already gave you the topic for today, which is gratitude. Thank you for this and thank you for that. Those words are so simple, but yet so powerful. And as always, on one side we have the direct consequence, but on the other we have the long-term effect. And speaking about distinction, we also have a hidden meaning beyond the physical facade. The truth is, such a little thank you really can be a tool for improvement and for inviting in miracles. I mean, whom would you rather give a present? Somebody who doesn't appreciate it at all? Or somebody who gives you 20 hugs for it? I mean, hugs, not bugs. This is universal talk right here, how the world works. According to the law of correspondence, we see this relationship between giving and taking on a larger scale. The universe gives to those who are grateful, to those who appreciate the minor things. Again, why should I give you a car when you're not grateful for a bunch of flowers, for example? Only when you learn to love the minor things in life, you will get access to the bigger ones, to the life-changing miracles everyone desires. And the first step into that direction is to be grateful for the very moment you can find yourself in right now. By explaining my point of view, I can formulate it even more precisely. Especially in the last months and years, I learned how important it really is to be grateful for the things I have. Because in my 16 years of unawakened being, I took everything for granted. For example, the opportunity to go to school, the opportunity to drink and to eat when I want and what I want. That I have a bed I can cuddle into at any time, that I have a car, and so on. All that was natural for me. Once, because I was used to it, but also because I didn't assume a higher value behind that. To be honest, I didn't even think about such topics because they seemed so out of reach and irrelevant. I was anchored that much into physical reality that I ignored everything else. But when day X came, it literally shook me awake. Or rather, when night X came, because it is called dark night of the soul and not dark day. Although that is an alliteration. However, but fact is, this gave me essential insights what I can be grateful for. Look, see your current situation and think about what could be better and what could be worse. When you look at the bad things from a higher perspective and with enough gratitude, I can assure you that they will turn towards the positive. Everything will turn to good account when you're grateful. And yes, you can also be grateful for a bad day or even for a calamity. My perspective on negativity is simple. And it is not like irrational hedonism, which is avoiding negativity at any costs. But rather, I see negativity as a catalyst for growth. And you can be grateful for something that sweetens you tomorrow, right? In every negative situation lies the potential for exactly that, since it is nothing more than a lesson for you, an opportunity to level up and to improve yourself. But most importantly, when you experience negativity, it is not a sign that you're hated by the universe. Not at all. It rather is an expression of strength, because they see in you the potential to change everything for good. So once again, speaking about the gateways of this world, when you're sulky and resentful, you automatically close this gate between you and the higher dimensions, so they can't reach through to you, because your will to decide freely is blocking it. But when you decide to be grateful even for what doesn't seem right, you will eventually reopen this gateway, and therefore you will receive insights and solutions as to how you can upgrade your reality to a higher version. And in this higher reality, there won't be any space for negativity anymore, because you see everything from a higher perspective. I've spoken a lot about the interdimensional connections, but for now, let's stick to this dimension and talk about the inner dimensional connections. For example, the ones between humans. You surely know the feeling when somebody shows gratitude towards you. It is incomparable, right? But the problem with that is that too many people just don't show or express that. They might even think about it, but most of them never act it out. For example, by saying a simple thank you or a thanks. So simple, but yet so hard. All because it is believed that saying thank you or asking for help in general is a sign of weakness. I mean, when you can't solve a situation on your own, you're weak, right? And exactly this paradigm is among the poisonous stingers humanity has to pull out. Together, we're even stronger. So how can the approach to solve a problem together make us weak? In this crude belief system it does, indeed. But it is a matter of what you prefer. Are you rather mighty and alone, or weak and together, or connected? And that is also a reason why money alone, which is might, won't make you happy. After all, everything is about a certain balance. Now coming back to the topic of gratitude. What can we be grateful for? We can be grateful for anything basically, even for being alive at this very moment. On a daily basis, people die and infect themselves with fatal diseases. So not being among them is a reason to be grateful for, right? That may seem correct, but look at the bigger picture. How can we implement that into the system of giving and taking? By claiming of ourselves that we're healthy, that we're fine, we already took health to us. So it is our task to give something in return, for example to those who are less fortunate. I'm not talking about being grateful for the disease of another person, but rather I'm speaking about creating an equilibrium. Simply by starting to honor those who are in need regarding their health, we can create a huge difference. Everyone has something to offer, and our uniqueness is key for finding that out, for determining what it is. When you only take, and never give, you will have much, but with that, also much loneliness. Okay, to conclude, I want to give you a simple exercise as to how you can train your sense for gratitude in this very moment. Just go to the person that is the closest around you and say how much you appreciate them. You can simply use "thank you for being here." And even if it is your mom or your dad, it doesn't matter. Too many people just don't have the opportunity anymore to say how much they love someone, simply because it is too late, and because they weren't grateful enough to use every moment to show that. So appreciate what you have, instead of regretting what you don't have. A simple yet powerful experiment is to observe animals and the way how they interact with one another. Sometimes we even can learn something from animals. Alternatively, if you own a pet, just look at the way how it interacts with you. I made my experience especially with dogs, which appear among the most grateful animals. The dog isn't called man's best friend without a reason. When man isn't man's best friend anymore, we still have animals. That is at least what the tendency shows. But it is never too late for change, unless it really is too late. After all, it is just a malfunction in the human collective, and when you know it, throw it. You can only change something when you're aware of it. And apparently humanity seems to be unaware of that fact. But nevertheless, it is still a situation we can be grateful for, because it bears the potential to grow together as a collective. Keyword, together. So let me start by saying thank you. Thank you for watching and thank you for being here. Until next time, my friends.